Wait a moment. This isn't a furry visual novel. Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, and some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Drag, and today I'm coming at you another Let's Play episode of Far Beyond the World. So, where we last left off, it seems that, these two got into a bit of a tiff. And one was trying to kill me, so let's see what exactly this will lead to in today's episode, shall we? Please sit back and enjoy. And here we go. Start that alarm, Chan. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's do it! You've done nothing wrong. I feel Rannick embrace me as he pulls me to the side, covering me with his flank and reversing our positions. Now he's the one protecting me. Rannick eyes the black male with wild determination, and his muzzle twists in a warning snarl. Vulgar stops, folding his arms and looking down at us with mild contempt, as I stay in the Grey Wolf's embrace, clinging to his fur. I just want to be close to someone. Rannick readjusts us slightly, sitting up at the edge of the bed with me still pressed into his chest, my side resting in his lap. For fuck's sake! I won't let you harm the human. He hugs me tightly, issuing another protective growl. There is a moment of silence while I simply fall deeper and deeper into despair. Why is any of this happening to me? Nothing is ever easy with you, is it? Vulgar makes a long, drawn-out sigh, as if releasing all the tension he's built up to this moment. I'm not like you. I don't solve my problems through violence and killing. Pity. You should try it sometime. Rannick allows me another moment of warmth, but then gently pushes me away from his chest. I just sit there, not really present, watching as he clumsily gets back up to his feet. The wolves are now standing side by side, almost as if nothing really happened. It's okay. We're done fighting. He's trying to get me to compose myself, but I'm already far gone. I'm sorry you had to see that. It's not exactly how I envisioned our introduction. I don't understand what's going on. Why am I here, and who are these monsters? Why can't I remember anything? Is this really the world I was born into? If so, why does it feel so alien, as if my instincts are telling me this is not home? Shh, it's okay. The Grey Wolf lowers himself to get closer, and I close my eyes, huddling tightly to the wall. My head throbs with a torrent of questions that slowly overwhelms me. I hug my knees, pressing them to my chest. The adrenaline rush pumping by my palpitating heart is the only reason why I don't break into tears. Everything is just a blur, and although I can still hear them, nothing really registers. Not consciously, at least. Its heart is fluttering like a startled bird in a cage. It messes with my instincts. I open my eyes, looking up at them as they stare me down intensely. It only empowers the erratic pounding in my chest. I can't breathe. Yep, there it is. Undeniable, go for the throat feel. The words stick out like a sore thumb, freezing me up in fear. Shut up! The kind wolf snorts at his friend and hunches next to me, leaning in closer. He's obviously trying to comfort me, but I can't help but notice his fangs poking out. You feel it too. Don't deny it. I can see you're all tensed up. That statement makes me notice how Rennick's fur is standing up ever so slightly, his body barely containing some subconscious exhilaration. I flinch away from his gray paw, but the wolf persists. I run out of the room to recede into as he gently takes hold of my chin and guides my gaze back towards his. I meet his docile smile with caution, the world still distorted by adrenaline haze. Calm down. No one's going to hurt you. I don't feel that's entirely true, recalling what the Black Wolf said just a moment ago. Go for the throw? I cut off, shielding my neck with a hand. Don't listen to him. Your racing heart is just messing with our heads a little. He admits with slight embarrassment as his paw touches my shoulder. Just an uneasy feeling. Nothing we would lose control over. I'm more worried you're going to have a heart attack. The Grey Wolf squeezes my shoulder slightly, as if trying to pull me back from my fit of terror. He then takes a long inhale, his nose close enough to draw strands of my hair in his direction. Breathe in. He holds his breath for a moment, and without realizing, I do as he instructs. And breathe out. Oh, let me save it right here, guys. So, one of you were wondering why I use windowed mode instead of full screen for these visual novels. It's because these visual novels are built using Ren'Py or Ren'Py, however the hell you pronounce it, and it really full screen Ren'Py messes with my FPS. I suppose that doesn't really matter much considering it's usually just still images. So I guess I'll just do full screen from now on. Anyway. I chuckle as a large huff of air brushes over me. That's it. My heart regains a bit of its rhythm. I am unsure how I feel about these beastmen's ability to sense my heartbeat, but for the moment it seems to allow Rannick to guide me back from the panic attack. His gestures and words somehow match my pulse as he squeezes me gently with every thump inside my chest, almost as if giving cues to my startled heart. Finally, I am back to normal, or at least a semblance of it. The wolf keeps a paw on my shoulder for a while longer, still squeezing in rhythm. Welcome back. He smiles again, certain I have calmed down. Only now does he let me go to face his comrade. I know it's a lot to ask of you, but could you stop freaking him out? Volgar grimaces, his arms still crossed as he drills his cold gaze into me. I can't help but flinch at the sight of him eyeing me out. To me, he's fear incarnate. I think it's too late for that. Look, I'll fix this. Rannick draws my gaze towards him as he points to the white round necklace on his chest. See this? Those are our moonstones. Every wolf was given them at birth to represent the phase of a Luna when we came to the world. Full moon? Yes. He smiles. I was born during the full moon, an auspicious sign for sure. So was he, actually, just an hour earlier, which makes us moon brothers. I look to the similar necklace on Volgar's chest. His stone, however, is black. For some unknown reason, it keeps unsettling me ever since I first saw it. Black stone? I say with a worried expression, almost as if repeating someone. Heh, he was born during an eclipse, something we call dark moon. Those necklaces are the most valued possession we have. What are you doing? Explaining to him the significance so that he can understand what I'm about to ask. No. Whatever is being discussed is causing the black male a great deal of discomfort. Vol, I want you to swear. You're fucking insane! I won't do it! The black wolf snarls, causing me to shudder. Swear on your moonstone that you won't harm Orion. You want me to do that for a human! I want you to do it for me, as your moon brother. I dart my eyes between Rannick's pleading expression and Volgar gritting his teeth. This request causes him a great deal of pain, and I can see clearly that the wolf is not taking this lightly. Without warning, Volgar punches the wall next to the bed, causing me to yelp. Damn! It was loud. Whew! The entire house shakes as the plaster cracks, bits and pieces of it falling to the ground. Ah, this is fucking bullshit! I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that punch. The strength of this beast made perfectly clear. He wasn't bluffing when he claimed he was being gentle with me. He could snap me like a twig. Vol, please. The black wolf's rattled breath fills the room for a few moments as the growl deep in his chest begins to subside. Finally, he releases a long-drawn sigh and looks at Rannick, fully composed. Alright, I'm going to save it right here. His red eyes drift to me, and I can see his massive paw touch the rims of his black necklace. On my moonstone, I swear I won't harm your little piglet. Thank you. The Grey Wolf turns to face me with a smile. See? He will never harm you again, you can be certain of it. He might be cynical and a bit rough around the edges, but he's the most honorable wolf I know. I do actually believe him. I could see that getting the promise out of the Black Wolf was not easy. Regardless, I will still feel anxious around him, but at least I know there is no immediate danger. Your father will not swallow this lightly. We're looking at an exile. If my father hasn't banished me so far, I doubt this will make any difference. And if it does, I've had it long coming. Sounds like Rannick gets in trouble a lot. I'm not sure if his self-awareness should be commended or not, considering he keeps causing more trouble. Then again, in this instance, I'm glad as so far it seems he saved my life. Somehow. Are you really willing to risk everything over this puny human? The spirits wanted me to find him. I could see Volgar roll his eyes. Now that we know he speaks our language, I am more certain of it than before. He looks at me with a hopeful smile, his voice filled with conviction. What would our ancestors even want with a human whelp? Good question. I don't know, but all will be revealed in time. I still don't understand how I fall into all this. You said that you found me. Where? How? Rannoch regards me with worry, uncertain if he should reveal it or not. That's when Volgar spares him the dilemma. He found you in our forest, some distance from our village. I nod to the Black Wolf in appreciation. You mean, you mentioned some sort of ceremony that sent you here? I looked to Rannoch expectantly. It was my coming of age. I was to receive guidance from the ancestors to find my path. Sorry for the yawn, guys. And the fool mistook you for it. The Black Wolf sneers while Rannoch looks away, slightly embarrassed. What does that mean? The Grey Wolf seems troubled, and it makes me think that his previous confidence was completely unfounded. However, he quickly looks back at me with a smile on his muzzle. Don't worry about that now. That's a non-answer. Just know that our fates are intertwined. The spirits have charged me with protecting you. You speaking our language only proves that us crossing paths during my ceremony was not a coincidence. For you, hardly anything is. Cynical as Volgar may be, I can see his point. Rannoch is clearly into the idea of this whole mess being fated, but whatever his beliefs are, science can always be misinterpreted. I am not a path, whatever that means. I don't even know who I am. What could I possibly have to do with that wolf's fate? Am I really speaking your... I pause for a moment, still not understanding the implication. Your language? Am I barking and growling without even realizing? Have I gone completely mad? You really don't hear it. The Black Wolf's expression shows that he finally starts to believe me. No, it's as natural to me as if I were born into it. Surely you know your own language. The Grey Wolf smiles awkwardly, almost as if begging me to really think about it. But this is my own language. You must speak human, whatever dialect you call it back home. This is human. I cut off, trying to really contextualize the words I'm using. Isn't it? Save it right here. Rannoch shakes his head. You're confused, which is to be expected after what you've been through. None of this makes any sense. Despite my mind being wiped clean, I know that talking beasts aren't normal. I know this isn't my home. A terrible feeling of being lost fills me, and my heart sinks. I want to go home. Rannoch's ears perk up. Fine. That's exactly where I intend to take you. Just tell me where it is, and once you've rested, we'll be on our way. He smiles, and his tone tells me he genuinely means to do just that. But where is my home? I don't know. I don't remember. The answer clearly unsettles Rannoch as he frowns with worry. Nothing comes to me when I try to think about anything before waking up here. My mind is just one empty void, and the more I try to explore it, the more uneasy I feel, as if something unpleasant lurked in the shadows. Finally, Volgar breaks the silence, looking at me intently. What were you doing in our woods? I don't know. I don't even remember being in the woods to begin with. There's something you're not telling us. I have told you everything. Why can't he see that I'm the one in distress? Regardless of what trouble they claim they've gotten themselves into, I am the one lost and completely baffled by my own existence. But I can see the Black Wolf isn't satisfied, his red eyes looking at me with distrust. I finally snap. I don't know what happened to me. All I remember is waking up in this fucking room and then you attacking me. You were squealing like a dying pig. I had to shut you up, otherwise we'd be discovered. You should have explained that to me. I didn't know you spoke our language, and even if I did, you really think you would listen? I know when I see prey fighting for its life. You were too far gone the moment you laid your eyes on me. His tone is very much like mine, fed up and betraying a hint of hurt. Before we can escalate our argument, Rannoch steps between us. Enough! This is getting us nowhere. We don't know who this human is or where he comes from. I don't know that either. I mean, talking wolves? What is all this? I throw my arms out in resignation. This is complete and utter nonsense. Why can't they say I have nothing to gain from this? I lock my eyes with Volger, who's the only one treating me like some sort of a wild card. I arch my brows upwards, getting glossy despite my efforts to not get emotional. You've hurt me. You wanted to kill me. How can you think I asked for any of this? The Black Wolf's expression softens, almost as if for the first time he considered putting himself in my shoes. Eventually, he turns his gaze away with a deep sigh. The human obviously suffered some sort of trauma. Yes, you choking him certainly could be called that. Rennick scoffs in annoyance. No. I shake my head. I mean, yes, that is going to stay with me for a while, but I didn't remember anything before he attacked me. As traumatic as the encounter was, my problem started much, much earlier. I shudder, sensing some sort of darkness deep in the recesses of my memory, almost preventing me from digging any deeper. It's almost as if that darkness consumed all that made up who I am. There are no memories of anything before this day. I can't remember my parents or friends. I feel warmth trickling down my cheeks as I realize I might as well be an orphan. I can't even remember a single other human. I know I am one, but I cannot even picture it. What do I even look like? I regard my hands and feet, then glance around the room. Do you have a mirror? Only after asking do I realize I know what a mirror is. My memory loss seems to be very selective and restricted to anything directly linked to my past. Volger looks at me with one brow risen, while Rennick smiles apologetically. Sorry, I don't have such luxuries. Luxuries? Despite lacking any context, I know that mirrors aren't that. That's when I hear a metallic cling. Oh, shit. Both me and Rannick gaze towards Volger, who has unsheathed a long dagger. He approaches us casually while I see Rannick's hackles raising. Suddenly, everything goes black for a moment, and time freezes. A faint whisper fills my mind. I don't know where it's coming from, and I don't recognize it either. His blade will taste your flesh. Although it penetrates my very soul with cold fear, my heart almost yells at me not to listen. Is it a warning, or is my frightened mind playing tricks on me? Volger wouldn't hurt me after he made that promise. Would he? Hey, another save point. I am going to trust Volger because he swore on his moonstone, and I get that that is a very hard thing for him to do. So because he could do that for me, the least I could do is trust him a little bit. The gray male issues a warning growl towards his friend, but I find myself placing a hand on the back of his neck. The wolf twitches at the sensation, looking at me inquisitively. Although it feels counterintuitive, I rub his fur, letting him know that everything is fine. It's okay. I trust the black wolf. Despite my initial knee-jerk reaction, I realize what he wants to do. And just like that, Volger kneels next to the bed, presenting me with the dagger resting across both his paws. It is clear he takes great pride in it, as it is polished to perfection, the glistening surface reflecting my image without a blemish. I reach to his paws, not to pick up the blade. I trust the wolf to keep it steady, but to adjust the angle so that I can see myself clearer. I touch my lips, tracing them slowly as my eyes follow the mirrored gesture on the metallic surface. I fill up my cheekbones, then touch the tip of my nose, eyes fixed on the reflection. I ruffle my hair, pulling at stray strands of my fringe, pretty much exploring myself in the same fashion I was exploring Rannick earlier. Without even noticing it, I've begun weeping again. 2 streaks of tears cut through my image, clearly visible in the blade. A strange sensation twists my stomach, as if I am seeing myself for the first time. My reflection is both strange and so familiar. I am human. This is what humans are. This is serious, Rannick, the Black Wolf says with a grim tone. Not that he had any semblance of levity before, but at least now he's not being insulting. For the first time, I could see him looking at me with an actual concern. Volger stands up, sheathing his blade back behind his belt and looking to his friend. If you insist on this foolishness, we should bring Varissa in. Rannick remains silent for a moment, as if weighing his options. I pull myself together, rubbing away stray tears. Who's Varissa? The tribe's shaman. She's both a spiritual guide and a healer. I'm glad the Grey Wolf clarifies that, because despite being vaguely familiar with the word, I'm not sure what it fully entails. Well, you said she's the one who sent you into the woods. Besides, she could help with my memory loss. I don't exactly feel myself since I've woken up. I realize that if there is someone here who could give me medical attention, I'd rather have them check me up. Despite Rannick's best intentions, he's clearly conflicted about something, as calming and reassuring as he tries to be, he's no medic. Volker looks at me with a smile and understanding. At least the piglet can see some reason. What I want to see is an end to this emotional roller coaster. Alright guys, that is Alarm Chan letting us know that is the end of the video. Oh man, the art in this is really good. Sound effects are nice too. Like I like just the ambient sounds in the background. It really helps kind of sell the setting. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to the next video. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!